Terry, what's up? I did was update it. Logo. Like it's you have SDK. I'll send you another one real quick. One of the original ones. You just gotta change the heading. That's all you gotta change to it. Because it's gonna say like WPRL or some shit like that. No, I have a backup one. I have a backup too. It's an original, and if there was anything wrong with that first one, or our other one, then this one should be fine. But this is something. This is at least gonna have like when you have to change on the tower. You might just have to change the header with the beverage. Not letting you know. I don't think it's in my one. It's still, if you're running live timing though, will it still not pull up our session if you're like in it or whatever? Okay.
Well, what's going on, everybody? Kind of a different look here, and now it looks as if, yep, it is a, oh man, it's a game capture. Hold on, let me add a screen capture. One of us, I would say myself, made a oopsie-doo, and don't know what I did, but I will fix it. I don't know what I did. Hell, to be honest with you.
There are 3 additional sets of tires for this race.
But we are going to watch this as if I was live on SDK, even though I have no idea how to work any of this. I'm joined by Yotes. It's
What's
not
going
working
on?
at all.
Oh, man,
Everything's
that's a
glitching.
terrible way to start it.
Everything's glitching for Total Vols fan tonight. It is not fun. I think it has loaded me into the race. Yes, it did. If anybody remembers Charlotte, this happened at Charlotte, and I was very upset. I yelled at people, but it didn't load me in, but it did. But if you're out there watching, well, I'm Terry. And damn, I just forgot your first name.
It would be Byron.
Yeah, and
as some
Byron.
people would say.
Yeah.
How's it going, Bulls?
You know, after a 12-hour day at work, I was hoping to come home and my SDK would be working, but it isn't. But as we're looking, the 03 of James Woodard and Robert, I gotta make this bigger. They have qualified up front. They are on the front row here tonight. I'm not gonna make it bigger. We're just gonna do what's up. What's up, Zach Attack? Welcome to the fun watch Terry struggle on here. But James Woodard wins the pole. Have you watched any of these Wolf Pump Trucks guys, Byron?
I actually have. I've seen some races. I went back and I've studied, and man, these guys are crazy good. I'm excited to be here calling this with you. This is going to be a fun time, especially with this track being 3 miles, crazy banking, high speeds. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well. They threw the caution back out. I think they realized that one of us was having a bit of an issue. The guy having a bit of an issue was me. And luckily, they went out of their way to give me what I needed. So while I'm fixing the graphics over here, because another reason why this is not working is Terry didn't have his graphics up all the way. So welcome back to the stream, to the graphics people. You raced last night and turned down for what with me? You had a fast car in at Auto Club. what's the banking is kind of similar here in the iRacing Super Speedway. This is the first time I've gotten to see this, but what does it feel like out there?
You know what? When you go out there, it's so tough, but it's got crazy grip. Hitting the corners, man. It feels like your truck gets airborne and then it's right back on the track. It's so tough to maneuver, but with these guys, I'm not worried just a bit. I'm excited to see how well they'll tackle this track, but it's gonna be a fun night.
Race car is off.
I'm very excited as well. I'm more intrigued at the fact that the guys who are starting on the front row. Today is Robert's birthday. He's one of the older guys on here, and we are way behind. Man, where am I at? Oh, goodness. Green flag's been out. I don't know where I'm at. It's... Oh, that's why. Terry's behind. So green flag has been out here. And the 03 is leading this race with the 36 behind him. And here comes the 88. He's rocking into the outside with the 7.
Yeah, we're already seeing that 2 wide, 3 wide situation happening already as the 88 and 7 already have a power move on the outside alongside that 36. 88 new leader, man. It's so much fun, but geez, this is going to get intense in a bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if we may see 1 or 2 cautions get thrown.
So people kind of remind me, they tell me all the time that this track right here reminds them of a Martinsville Homestead all out, like put the paperclip in there, put Homestead in there, and make it a super speedway. Do you feel the same? Is this something that you kind of see when you're racing here? As you see the 03s making a pass now on the 88, Jeffrey Cox did not get to keep the race lead very long, and now we're back fanning three wide here.
Yeah, this is definitely exactly how you explained it there. Miami and Martinsville combined. As there's a crash in the back, we already got a yellow, but these trucks are hitting speeds of 220. Think of that, Vols. I mean, 220 at this type of super speedway is ridiculous.
Man, tell me about it. And this is the one place that I haven't got to run, as Jeffrey Cox did go around. He's hard on the outside wall. Hopefully they had fast repairs here tonight, as I am learning sim racing apps. So if you're watching this, the box at the top, I'm not taking it off. We're going to race it like this. I'm sorry to the 25 people who are watching. Don't pay attention to the sim racing app logo at the top of my screen. I've never got to race here. I know Turn Down for What is gonna come here towards the end of the season, and it's gonna be a good opportunity to see what it is. And previous crash. See if it shows me any further than this. We're gonna try for the first time backing up. Here we go. So this is going to show what the wreck was, I hope. So the 5 gets loose down there. 88's getting shot in the corner. And 36 just wipes him out there. Man, did you see that? Right into Tristan Bailey, last week's winner at Bristol.
Yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, this is a track that's tough to get in the corners, let alone trying to stick it in there, man. It's almost as if you're going into 3 and 4. Your car sort of jumps a bit, so you're off the track and you sort of come back down with little to no control left.
As we look on board here with the 5, as soon as his name pops up, I'll actually remember it. But he was involved. It kind of was a chain reaction there. Jordan got pushed down off the track. This is one of those tracks that can you really get on that apron? Is it forgiving? Is it more forgiving than it is at Daytona?
I wouldn't say it is, because you get a hold of it, man, it's gonna shoot you right up the track. I've had into incidents like that. Got a hold of it just a bit. Next thing you know, that whole truck's up that track. So I don't think it's forgiving at all. But sometimes guys are able to save it. But at the end of the day, it's tough to see those type of situations happen, especially if they do get a hold of the apron. But we're excited to see how well this. I mean, I'm excited to see how well these guys are gonna do. Hopefully, it ain't gonna be a caution fest.
I don't think it will. If you watch Daytona, Daytona was absolutely phenomenal. These guys were able to hang it 2-3 wide. They were chillaxing, doing their own thing. And no, man, these guys were amazing. I absolutely love running and watching these guys every week as I'm trying to change the title of what I did here. Once again, I am an idiot. But yes, we are at the iRacing Super Speedway for anybody that's watching or wondering. We're not at Bristol anymore. As much to my displeasure, we're not there. But we are here. And James Woodard's still holding this lead. Brandon Ward's in second. Sean is in third. And this is why I like SDK better. Because guess what it lets me do? It actually lets me see the running order from start to finish. All race long. No issues. But we're 1 lap to green here. Yes, it's fixed, Cape. 1 lap to green. We've only ran 5 laps so far. Well, 1 total lap. It takes 3 miles to get around here. Is there a favorite at the beginning?
That one's a good question. But yeah, it was. It looks like one of the cars was disqualified, unfortunately, after the little events. But it's 3 miles long, going 220. Doesn't seem like that fast, but everything happens in almost a blink of an eye. It's so tough to pay attention, but these guys, you said they're skilled. We know they're skilled. I'm sure they'll find and problem solve, finding their way through the rest of this race.
Yeah, and for people out there that are watching, there was a lot more cars at Bristol. We had 30-something cars. We have disqualified a few. There has been a few that have left because they felt as if something was wrong. Well, some people had an EOL to start this race. I don't have the list in front of me, but there was quite a few that got a penalty from Bristol. So the admins here in the Wolf Pump Truck Series, they really do want to see the greenest race possible as we are coming to the green. And those 2 trucks on the bottom are hooked up here, 46 and the 003. The teammates here for Wolf Pump and the admins, they're hard on the gas.
Yep, already up to 170 miles an hour. Bottom lane, those 2, like you said, just hooked up and took off. Unfortunately, the 3 has no help on the outside as his guy right behind him has already dropped to the bottom, trying to see if he can't close that gap between them. 23 trying to create room. He's going to go ahead and move himself to the bottom lane. Here comes that bottom train right now as the top 5 have already split themselves away from that pack behind him.
And what would you say the smartest route here is? We've seen people. I watched Michael York sit in the back during an N&R race here. He sit far, far away and still came out with a top 5. He didn't run up in the front the whole race. Would you prefer to be up front leading the race, or would you prefer being the guy having to chase him down?
Honestly, I would be wherever the most drivers aren't. So if you got 5 in a pack up front like that, heck yeah, I'd be up there all day. Now, if there's about 10 people up here, I would want to hang out in the back. I'm ready for if a caution's called. I don't want to be wrecked too bad. So if you have the guys up in the front, 5 go around, you accidentally tag one, it happens. You're going to be able to get away easier than getting within the 10-car caution that could possibly eliminate your race for the day.
Yeah, we have 3 fast repairs here tonight. It's for the super speedways. We're going to increase it by 1. We know crap happens. And you know what? Fuck the PG. Shit happens. Shit happens during the race. And it changes throughout the week. You see different tracks. You'll see a short track. Maybe they'll have 2. They'll have a mile and a half with 2. The damage on the front of the 5 and some of the cars or trucks that were taken apart. Oh, and a big move by the 23 there for the lead. That almost turned everybody up front. But you talk damage. Does any slight damage here at this super speedway really affect your car like it does at Dega?
I would have to say yes. You get those little arrow damage. You pull down that wing. It's so tough to get it going. But if you do fall back a bit, you're still within this draft. This track has a crazy amount of draft. You can back off about 10, 15 car lengths and still be able to hold on to their draft. As you can see, the 03 now starting to back off from the pack. But, realistically, if he wanted to, he can go back to hammering the gas and catch up to him pretty quick, as that looks like he's getting ready to do. And coming in with some heat, hitting 230 miles an hour, chasing him back down.
Yeah, and I actually want to touch on something. I'm kind of noticing the patriotic-themed trucks. Obviously, Memorial Day is Sunday. And one way these guys wanted to honor the men and women who have served this country and have died for this country is they all ran a patriotic scheme of some sort. So you see the 03, he has a patriotic scheme. The 8 has a patriotic Budweiser scheme. The 24 is running a patriotic scheme as well. Most of these guys are out here running. You see the National Guard on some. You see the American flag on dang near all of these cars, our trucks. It was a way they could honor our military, and that's huge. As you look at this weekend, yes, you go out and barbecue, you go to the pool. It's the mark of summer. And for racing fans, you have the Indianapolis 500 and you have the Coke 600. Normally you have Monaco in the morning, but that was ran Sunday, which was a phenomenal race. And if anybody gets to watch Monaco, you should do it. But for the Wolf Pump guys to go out and honor every single service member who have died for this country, it is one awesome way to do it. As I clicked a car or truck that was out of the race. But
Yeah,
it's an awesome way to do it. It looks the pack is really catching up to them.
yeah. These guys, they can line themselves off and go ahead and just re-chase them back down. That's how strong iRacing Super Speedway is. But going back to those patriotic schemes, man, like you said, absolutely amazing. As you see some speed wobble, looks like 23 got on the back end of the 9 there, just about got him around. Great save by him, but most definitely, we are here. This is for Memorial Day. As you see now, the 24 and 03 are going to drop to the bottom lane. Can't wait to see how well these guys go. But like I said, that 03 had about 15 car length away from the pack, was able to draw himself back. Now he's sitting P2.
No, Worm, no one is running a truck with my name slapped on it. No, that's not going to ever be a thing, I hope. But Worm, I did you watch the race last night, Byron?
I would have to. Which race was it?
The turn down for what race?
Oh yeah, I went back and watched that one. It was amazing to see all those cars, let alone the amount of pure driving they got. It's so much fun to race with those guys, and I'm definitely glad to be a part of that league. Let alone being able to help broadcast with you tonight here.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the broadcaster in his own right. Wormrider last night, the pinch hitter himself came out of nowhere and brought a great race to people and had a couple jokes at my expense with my my sponsor of my car, which was kind of funny. But it was a good race all in all. As Tristan Bailey has taken the lead, James Woodard went back there and found him. And man, I see another familiar face in here. Let's see if we can find him. I think the 8 is Kenzel. This SDK problem is really getting on my nerves because I don't know who people's are.
Yeah, you're right. The 8 is Michael Kenzel.
It is Kenzel. Oh, Michael is in the field. And he is running probably the best paint scheme out of them all in this beautiful Budweiser, but he has lost the draft. We swap onto the TV camera. He has none. Go into the cockpit. There is nobody near him. So he's just back here cruising it out at 70, 71, 100 RPMs, just chugging along, doing his thing. But as you look at his bumper, they've caught lap traffic. There's the 7. He's going a lap down, first lap down. I would imagine that going a lap down on a 3-mile racetrack is not an easy task.
No, yeah, no, that is not even close to an easy task. 3 miles, like you said, that is a lot. As it looked like one of the cars may have dropped.
Oh, 7 goes around! He saved it. Incredible save. Oh, I thought he was dead to rights right there, but he somehow managed to save it. Wow.
Amazing save by the 7. I believe he's the one that started going a lap down.
Yeah, Kevin Rice, 3 laps down so far on the field. And yeah, how he saved it, I have no idea. As the 88 goes around, the 88 is spinning. Caution is out. Let me find the 88. Yeah, 88 is spinning. That is fast repair number 2 as him and the 006 get together. They are both crashed. Let's actually go backwards in time here and race this like normal people will. He just got, it looks like they just tangled right there. Oh, I got to time it. Just made slight contact, and yep, he goes around and just stays in them. Takes the 7, the 48, all out in the process.
Yeah, so going back to the apron, it's unforgiven. You saw it happen there. That 006 got a hold of the apron, shot himself up the track. Unfortunately, clipped the back bumper of the 88, spun him around. Very unfortunate incident, but what you said with having that extra fast repair, hopefully it won't be too much of an issue, allowing him to get back on the track, get rolling without going too many down.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, also, welcome to my first race with Sim Racing Apps. Got to say, I'm not a fan. Not a big fan of this. I like seeing all the info. I will most definitely be making sure that I join their technical support, as now they're pitting for the first time. Risk versus reward with tires. We've seen it in most super speedways. Tires don't mean anything. We saw at Daytona last Tuesday night when we ran that tires meant nothing. Do tires mean something here? Is there a handling advantage to the iRacing Super Speedway?
In my opinion, I don't really see a difference between grabbing new tires and old tires, except just for that little bit of extra speed. But you still got the same amount of grip and the same amount of grip speed, just slight little difference, not too much. And but I would still come down, grab the fresh tires, get yourself set. You never know, maybe another caution late one comes out. Tires could get screwed just a little bit, but they don't get eaten up as much as they do on normal tracks.
Man, you wouldn't believe who's in the chat right now. Rock NASCAR, the legend himself, has joined the chat to watch some iRacing. You know, he's not just the NASCAR Heat watcher. He still watches his favorites.
Rock's the man. Rock out in chat, like you said, man. Welcome, Rock. But yeah, it's definitely unfortunate with what happened, but we're hoping that everything's gonna be fine. I also noticed that Worm's also up in that chat with you too.
Yeah, Worm's over here. He hosted me along with Repeat. Look at the guys coming out and enjoying some fun times. Welcome to the Terry Didn't Prepare 75 at the iRacing Super Speedway. I did not prepare at all for this. I wish I would have took more time now, but I did not. Tristan's going to lose the lead. I think that, the 03 is going to be your leader again. You get to choose your lane here, which is something that most other leagues don't do. The leader doesn't get to pick. But he's going to get to pick, and I think I'm almost positive he's going to take that high side. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I think he will, as we are about to double file it up. Oh, he took the low side. What would you take?
Well, that was an interesting move. I would have chose the high side because you're able to kind of squish them down there if you do get, let alone you get a better start up there. But um, especially if that 24, if those two were working together, I would have took the high side, took off, then dropped down below him, entering the corner. But we'll have to see how well this works out for him. And it looks like 24 and 23 are behind him, let alone those two are Chevys. So maybe they hook up with each other and try to get around this 0-3, as it looks like he's the only Ford within the top 5.
Yeah, and teammate right here. There's an actual teammate to the 03. He's actually flying the Canadian colors tonight with the red, white, and blue as well. That is our resident Canadian. That is Brad Kirby. Very good little iRacer. There he is, sitting in P number 6, I believe, as they come around and they're about to take the green flag here. Have you broadcasted any iRacing since tonight?
I have not broadcasted any iRacing since tonight. I've been hanging out, sort of enjoying, drinking my Rays, getting pumped for this race. You know,
Man, I was just about to ask you. I know you had one of the Rays energies. You have zero crash, no sugar, and it's very healthy for you. As the green flag's about to come out, the 23 and the 03 are going to be hard on the gas here. Hopefully the 10 doesn't get too aggressive here to get to his teammate, as the 03 does get the green flag and he beats the 24 to the punch. What lane does he take now, Byron?
I think he sticks with the bottom lane. Continue rolling with it. Try to click off as many laps as you can. Leading, I wouldn't get anywhere back in the pack, but if he does fall back, hopefully that he plays it smart. I would hang back further back if you do start dropping just a bit. But right now, bottom lane looking dominant, but you see that 24 now working his way up to the inside, as it looks like they may be about 3 wide entering corner 3.
Yeah, you see these guys getting a little bit aggressive, and they are going to go 3 wide. 23, 39, 03. Oh, almost made contact there, but he stays out of it. The net code here. That's something I learned throughout the iRacing side is net code. How impactful is it here at a super speedway as the 03 is slipping further and further back in the middle?
It's not typically that bad, but sometimes it gets worse depending on how iRacing is working that day. Is he's slipping up the track just a bit, falling back even more. But yeah, it's sometimes forgiving, sometimes not. But it's totally dependent on that day and how iRacing wants to feel.
Yeah, it's not the days of NASCAR heat where the bump takes you away. This is totally different. A net code is just differences between people's internet. As the 5 and the 10 go up high, 46 is going to shoot to the bottom, and here comes Mike up there in the 8. He's going to try to go for P number 4 here as the Wolf Pump 46 Chevy hits the apron just a little bit, but he's able to save it. Do you think Mike and Tristan, got a little turn down for wet magic in them to go 1-2 tonight?
I definitely think they can. Those two are so smart when it comes to super speedways. They know when to take their chances, when to let off, when to push forward. I would not be surprised if they're somewhere 1-2 or within the top 5, top 10 tonight.
And there's a team out here tonight that is doing something pretty special. And I apologize for really, crappy journalistic stuff. There's a team out here that if they get their truck wins or finishes in the top 5 or top 10, they're actually going to go donate to morethanAcape.org, which is an incredible foundation that helps people when their child is sick. If their child has cancer or anything, as Kinsley takes it 3 wide, and now he's going to overtake the 24. But if their child is sick, they go in and they pay their bills. They help them out. They don't leave them stranded and never make them feel alone. So it's a pretty awesome thing that these guys are going to be doing tonight. Before the race is over, I'm pretty sure I'll find it, as they are 4 wide. I don't know if you're watching this battle for the lead and for the top, getting in the top 5, but man, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's the advantages of having a track as large as this one. I mean, I've seen people even somehow squeeze it 5 wide. It's ridiculous. But right now, here you go. You see Mike taking the charge for the lead with the 24 behind him, pushing themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if they overtake the 23 here in the backstretch, because that high lane has such a crazy runoff. I mean, you push so much off that backstretch, let alone if you're alongside his bumper for the ride.
Well, if you think about it, the top 2 cars are the last 2 Dale Jr. sponsors. National Guard, all we're missing is Mountain Dew. You get you a Mountain Dew up there and you'll have the last 3 sponsors of Dale Jr. as the 5 and the 9 shoot the gap, get into the, damage on the 24. Great save. Those 2 were able to keep it going. But man, that damage is really going to hurt Tristan as this race begins.
Yeah, it looks like the 08 has some damage on the back bumper of his, also on the left side. Looks like it's a little pushed into his car, but it shouldn't affect the aero that much. 24 looking pretty clean, but 9 and 5 were able to successfully get around him. At what cost? We'll have to see.
And you see more players up here in the top. You see the 39 coming in. Dominic, he's been strong all season long, running the Pepsi colors tonight. And there goes the 23, and they're in the wall. The 23 just lost it. Now the 10 and the 8. Everybody wanted a wreck right there.
Wow, it looked like Mike just got into, I believe that's Tristan driving the 24. Mike came down the track after sliding on down that bank and then just absolutely got clobbered by the 24. Unfortunate for Mike. Hopefully he'll be able to make it back to pit road. It looks like he is now towing himself in. That is unfortunate.
That is a crusher. So now we look at the new leader, I believe. The 9 truck should be the leader here. Edward Gibson is holding it as we continue on. I mean, that wreck right there was inevitable, as Rock says, the big one. Do we have multiple big ones tonight is the real question.
I don't know. That one's a good question. I would say maybe one more big one, but after that, I don't think there's going to be any other. My guess is the last big one's going to happen about 5-ish to go left in the race, but very unfortunate for some drivers, let alone the fact that they have to tow. I mean, typically normal tracks are like 1 minute or 2 minutes, but with this being 3 miles, the tow time, I believe, is about 2.5 minutes. So that's unfortunate considering a few may go down, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good question on the big one if it's going to happen again.
Well, and as we are doing this, I'm going to look for the birthday boy in our... And he is not in the Discord. I believe he has left. Man. Nope. There he is. I got him. I got the birthday guy. Birthday boy. It's Terry and Byron up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes.
Well, how old are you turning today?
78.
78 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And he is out here iRacing. 006 in the Wolf Pumps Ford. What'd you do on your birthday? Do you think a win's in the cards?
Top 10 would be nice.
Well,
We'll see.
I think you can get the win, Bob.
Well, I'll try.
Go, go, go!
I won't give up until the end.
They're showing us the black flag.
70
Speeding on pit road. Line up at the tail end
Man,
of the field.
and
You only have
you're
one tire.
70
Everybody
years
line
young,
up, single file.
and
Get started.
congratulations
Start 23,
on
car park.
a
That's the
new
position when the yellow flag came
a
out.
new year, and I hope you win tonight.
Thank you, but they said I was speeding at pit road and I gotta fall to the end of the line.
It's a super speedway, Bob. You got this, buddy.
Hey guys, did you want me to know what the pace target is?
Oh, thank you. I'll keep trying.
What chat were you in?
Pardon?
What chat room were you in?
I don't know. It's chat.
I'm gonna move you into one.
I gotta get past.
I had no idea. let's actually go with somebody else. Byron, you go talk to one of your buddies.
Oh yeah, who is it that we got up in here?
It's old Tristan, what's up?
There you go. What's up, Tristan, man? Absolutely. Looked like you had a little misfortunate between you and Mike, but you're out
I
here.
netcoded through him, thankfully. I netcoded through him.
There you go. That's the great advantages of iRacing. But how you feeling right now? It looks like you're killing it on the track.
Honestly
You know,
scared. Not gonna lie to you. I'm a little scared. I mean, it's fun because these trucks go so fast here, and you're able to dice through the field. It's just, I think some of these guys are just pushing way too hard, or they're trying to block too early. So, I mean, it's been fun. I'm having fun. I mean, I'm already down to fast pair, but I don't care. I'm just enjoying having fun.
Well, man, it looks like you're sitting about P6. What's your strategy here? Is your strategy just push up to the front as fast as you can, or are you gonna kind of let things play out with a few cautions we've had?
I figured if being in your league is the best spot to be. Everybody wrecks behind you, not you.
Well, there you go, man. I'm hoping to see you up here within the top 5, let alone possibly winning this race by the time it's all said and done.
Where's old Terry at?
I'm here. I'm actually in the chat room talking to these great followers that came out to watch this awesome Wolf Pumps Truck Series race. We just finished talking to Robert, 78 years young today.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
If he's up in front of you, will you stick behind him to give him an old birthday win, or are you going to do what you did to me and take the win on the outside?
I'll push you till the white flag comes out. Alright, then once the white flag comes out, the gloves come off. I'm sorry.
Well, at least you were honest. Well, Tristan, have a great rest of your race. You're about to take the green flag. Good luck, buddy.
Alright, thank you.
Pace car
Need
is
it.
in.
78 years young. Man, that is wild. As we are back green, Byron, in the 03 takes the lead back. 88's to his outside. Jeffrey was involved in 2 of the accidents. He's down to 1. How smart does he have to race to not mess up and take that 1 fast repair away?
Man, if I'm going to be honest, I would probably hang out in the back. Let it go. I mean, you're already seeing it here. 3 wide as they are now starting to file back out. Tristan already pushing behind the 0-3. Moved himself up to second. I think we know his plan. But, yeah, hanging out in the back, saving that last fast repair. If you get slight damage, go in and get the optional repair versus using that last one. Save it for the end. But absolutely amazing how these guys are already 3-4 wide, hitting 3 and 4. We're only 1 in.
I tell you one person who will not be going 3 or 4 wide here whenever we get to the super speedway, and that's me. I need points. I have had 2 dismal races. But these guys, this is race 3, or actually race number 4 of the season, I do believe, if my math's correct. Race 4, Tristan didn't race Daytona, but he has finished very high in the races he has been in. And you're right. These guys are throwing caution to the wind. We're only on lap 30. We're going to lap 30 of 75, and they are taking it big, and the 23's around.
Wow, that is unfortunate, but hey, Tristan called it, man. He said, I'd rather be up in the front versus being in the back where the caution's more than likely going to happen. Good choice by him. But now the question is if some of these guys are left with the 1 or 2 repairs, if it's not that bad, do you just take the optional repair, or do you want to set yourself up with a brand new car?
I'm going to go with the brand new car as we ride on board with the 48 here. Not a lot of damage. As my wife brings me the energy Mio, knowing that I'm out of energy. I'm out of rays too. It's a very sad day in the world.
Very sad for being out of rays. Hopefully they can go ahead and send you some more,
I'm
Crack it
dying.
open, maybe get yourself a Baja Lime or an Apollo.
That's what I'm saying. The Baja Lime is where it's at. I'm riding on board with Woody. Guy joined me last week in the booth, and he was a hoot. Everybody loved him. My mom actually called me the next morning and said, "Who was that crazy redneck that was in the booth with you last night?" And I said, "That's Woody here in the 32." He said, "My arm hurts. I'm not racing Bristol," which was code for "I'm not racing Bristol." in this beautiful, I mean, beautiful 32 Chevy. That is just awesome. That is a beautiful paint scheme.
Yeah, that one is really well done. It looks like he's done a lot of attention to detail there. Absolutely amazing. From everything from the nose to the hood. I mean, from the hood to the bed. Absolutely incredible on the bed. Of course, it looks like it is the Declaration of Independence. Absolutely amazing car that he's got out here on the track. Hopefully he can be up there when the time matters.
While we're under caution, I'm going to address something real quick because things keep coming across my phone that are really starting to I would say piss me off. But PG, they're really ticking me off. If anybody saw the crap on Twitter, what was it? Friday, Saturday night?
Yeah, I would say about then, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
About then, right? I don't care who you are. And I know that this is my platform. You know, nobody can take this microphone away from me and say, you're not doing this no more. But if somebody's going to come and attack me in one of my, I would say one of my good friends and one of the best broadcasters to ever do it, whether it's iRacing, NASCAR Heat, calling modifieds legends, anything, Rick James. If you're going to come out and attack us and you're going to talk shit to us, you got to expect it back. And I'm going to give it back. That's the reason I got hired for the Wolf Pump Truck Series, is because I don't take no shit. I don't have to. I don't. I absolutely don't have to take it. I'm a human just like the rest of you. I make mistakes, and what I say on Twitter, sometimes might be a little bit out there. And for the 26 of you who are out there and you're listening to this, need I remind you, I don't care. Like, I care enough about people to do this for free. I don't do this for money. I don't ask any league to pay me to do this. I come out on Wednesday and I come out on Friday night starting in June, PSES, because I love racing and I love people. And it's not that I do this because I make a great living off of it. I have a great time doing it and I have fun and I meet a lot of great people doing it. Also, these great people here at Wolf Pumps, they brought me in not to be a PG guy, because trust me, I'm far from PG. Byron can contest to this. But for somebody to come in, and I flat out say it, NNR, if they come out and they attack it, and they attack me as a person and me as in general a human, and say slanderous things to me like I'm gay or I do things that I don't do. I'm happily married. I've been married 2 years this Sunday. I have no problem against gay people. I have no problem against any other gender, sex, whatever. Creed, religion. That's your right as an American. And for somebody to come out and do that, and then I get to look like an asshole on Twitter in some stupid statement. And Byron, I'm sure you saw the stupid statement.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to see, but you can't always help everyone, It's unfortunate to see some stuff happen. Some guys take it certain ways, but at the end of the day, man, you're one of the best out here doing what you love, let alone fighting for your country, to be able to do stuff like this, enjoy, let people be gay, let people be married the same, absolutely amazing. Appreciate your service as we're getting ready to go green.
And my rant is over. As the 03 takes the green flag again, the 10 is to us outside now. Teammates are on the front row, as it looks like the 88 did not get a good restart. There we go. I was just about to say, would the 10 get down behind his teammate and try to push? I know they might be in a different manufacturer. One's running a Chevy, one's running a Ford. And that brings me to my next one. Is there a difference between the Chevy and the Ford and the Toyotas pushing here at these? Does it make a difference to you?
Most definitely, Cup cars, obviously, you're gonna think that. Trucks, you wouldn't think as much, but still, the Ford's still got more of a flat hood versus the Chevy's having a little bit of a point, not too much, but it allows you to get more surface area of the truck on there, cutting off more air, allowing you guys to go even faster. So, in my opinion, I'd be having the Chevy up in the front, having the Ford pushing the Chevy, but they're doing an excellent job right here. As you see the 88 trying to get to the quarter panel with the 24, but he's going to say never mind and drop down low. 88 now out in the water.
And that was smart. That was smart on the 24. He realized that nobody else was going to go. He played the faking move, the hide and go seek, as they would say it. Let me tuck to the outside and see if somebody jumps with me. If nobody jumps in the pond with you, you're just the idiot who jumped out in the pond. As now the 5 leaves the 88 to go down with the Toyota. And just now the 8 is having to push the 88 here because nobody else would do it. And you see the 10 and the 03 are able to lock bumpers throughout the corner. Does it affect you here like it affects you at the other plate tracks?
I would say you'd still back off because yes, it can still get you loose. But you see he's all over his bumper in the straightaways, still being able to pull from the guys behind him. I mean, it totally depends on how well you stick to his bumper. If you let off as you see it happen right there, 10 makes contact with the 03, able to save it. Everyone keeping it rolling. Oh, almost came across the nose again. But there you go. There's the effects. You get a hold of that back bumper, and it could throw him around potentially. But luckily, they're able to save it, keep it rolling, and we are 3x3x3.
That was a teammate, as Darrell Waltrip used to say. That got aggressive. And it's not affecting the speed of the 03. He's still contending. We saw him earlier in the race fall back. He was just chilling, doing his thing. As now there's the big one. Big one 2.0, and the 8 barely missed it, man. Big wreck in the back. Oh, 36 is flipping.
Ooh, wow. If I was the 8 man, I would be going to make sure that I wasn't in the wrong place.
I would be checking my underwear at that moment. What an incredible move to get away from that. Let's actually rewind this a little bit as I am slowly learning how to work sim racing apps tonight. Man, I'm starting to get more and more impressed with the stuff that they have. The ticker's just a little different. That was an incredible move. We're gonna go here and watch here as it looks like the 10 makes contact with looks to be the 88, and that's the third wreck he has been in. The 10 and the 8 gets through it, and the 8 just slides through.
Yeah, it looks like he just clipped the right front just a little with the 88, but absolutely snuck through that. Looks like it took about half the field out. That unfortunate, amazing job by the 8 driving through that. But yeah, absolutely cluttered on the front stretch. Hopefully some guys, I bet they're begging on if they can get around back to the pit stops or if they're going to have to tow.
Yeah, and back by popular demand, I don't know if he wrecked out of this race or just got tired of racing it and said, you know what, I want to go talk to this Terry guy a little bit more and get to know Byron. Woody, what's up, brother?
Well, Lord have mercy, what a wreck I just got in. Blew my motor, got a 5-minute towing, and then on top of that, I don't know how much more repairs I'm going to have. So I think I'm just going to call it quits and sit back and watch the race from up here we go.
That's a very good decision, Woody. Save yourself any more gray hairs. Bob's already turning 78 years old today. We don't need you to get any more on you. Woody, Byron's up here with us. He's been doing a great job calling this race, as I believe I did not fast forward all the way to the live part of this, as now we are back live. All 29 people in the chat are probably wondering, man, this guy really sucks. Yes, I have been told that I am the worst broadcaster in the history of broadcasters. I'll agree with that. It's a pretty good statement. But I had a technical difficulty, Woody, and my SDK quit working. I don't know what happened. I have to talk to technical support tonight after this race. We're running sim racing apps for the first time. Have you ever messed with sim racing apps before?
Forget that. Don't even ask me anything about that. That's Mr. Brad Kirby's department.
That is Brad Kirby's department. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm playing with cameras. It's wild. Yes, Worm, you're right. The worst broadcaster and your Tennessee brother. Absolutely. Cannot agree more. Worm, you actually are. You're one of my favorites. You are too funny in there. But Fletcher, at the 28, Byron, has the lead. We haven't seen him much. He has been kind of floating around mid-pack, keeping his nose clean. We're close to halfway through this race. Is he playing the smart move?
Yeah, I think he's smart, let alone the fact that some may have ran out of fast repairs, but definitely playing it smart, got himself up in the front. But the question is, with it only being halfway, when it comes to the start, is he just going to drop to the back, or do you think he's going to try to keep himself up front as long as possible?
Woody, think we're 38 laps into the 75 lapper. We've seen these guys be very aggressive. Do you stay aggressive? And how many fast repairs did they have tonight? I believe it was 3, and a lot of people are very close to using all 3 tonight. Do you think the racing's going to calm down?
Got to calm down. They got to get single file, and we only have two fast repairs and 3 sets of tires. And I've used after this last wreck, I have used everything up. I don't know what happened. I was just driving on through there, and then all of a sudden everybody just lost it. So let's hopefully they can keep it single file and watch out for the Wolf Pump guys, Brad and James, because they hook up, they're gone just like they was a while ago.
Yeah, we've seen the 24. He's been fast again. Yeah, MK Gaming, correct. Patience. Patience would be key, as he's actually in the race right now. I hope patience works out for you in that number 8. You're sitting back there. It looks like you're sitting in the 10th position. And to go with the chat, Travis, I am not wearing a Carolina Hurricanes jersey. We will beat y'all in Smashville tomorrow night. Don't worry about it. As the 28 leads us to green, 23's behind him, 46 gets him squirrely. Actually, the 24 is going to beat him to the line. Is that a penalty? The 24 beating the leader to the start finish line, is that a penalty in iRacing?
Yeah, there should be a penalty, especially it should pop out about corner 2. Unless if that 28 they started waving the green flag, 28 didn't get the jump he wanted. That could have been an issue also, because once the green flag waves, it's anybody's game. So he may have spun the tires, allowing that 24 to break off, but you can see 24 already dropping back after a bit. 28, 23 lined up. We could see those two disappear.
Yeah, Woody. Oh, the 46 is around.
Yellow flag is out.
46 just shot straight into the wall. Big crash as soon as I find him. Oh, man. The 46 just went toast. Let's hit the rewind button and watch this in slow-mo. Oh, he just went right across the nose of the 9 and luckily did not take anybody with him. I don't know how they did it. As it looks to be the 20... no. I've lost the leader. The leader's still the 28. 28 still has the lead. 23 is in second. Brad Kirby, the guy you mentioned, him and James are going to be starting up one behind the other.
Terry, listening in to some of the guys, it sounds like they could be arguing between the fact that the 28 spun his tires, allowing that 24 to get the jump he did. I mean, that's just from what I'm hearing. Some guys are agreeing with the 24. Could that have been a costly mistake on the 28, although now he still has the lead and still has the advantage for right now?
Yeah, but what kind of penalty does the 24 get for beating the leader to the restart? We've seen it in NASCAR where Jimmy Johnson beat Montoya beat Jimmy to the restart line. and he got called for it. It was a pass through under green. He gave the position back, but he still had to serve it. Tristan gave the 28 the position back. That was instantaneously. He led off. He dropped about 4 positions from this. The 24's actually coming down pit road right now. I hope not to take tires, but I think he's having to serve a stop and go penalty.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
that looked like-
unfortunate for him.
It looks like he's taking a penalty right now coming into the pits there, Terry.
Yeah, and Rock NASCAR in the chat said he would get a black flag. But if the leader spins his tires, and you put yourself in that position, Woody, if you're up there and the leader spins his tires, do you check the whole field up, or do you?
You got to slow down and let the leader's got to take the start finish line first.
You know, Terry, actually looking at it, it wasn't just a 24 that came on down pit road. It looked like a lot of guys started pulling themselves down pit road. It could have been pit road open. They could have came in. He could have been trying to grab some tires, let alone fuel.
Yeah, MK
Well,
Gaming
good to see, though.
MK Gaming put in the chat. He said, "Just gas, no penalty." As my wife sends me a funny thing off of her chai tea that says, "The day you stop racing is the day you win the race." I don't know what kind of idiot would say that, but I will not stop racing. I will do what Bob's doing, 78 and still out here and running very well here tonight in the Wolf Pump Truck Series. As let's go look at old Bob. He's on pit road getting some repairs. Not the kind of day we thought he was going to have as we get in his cockpit. He is the one smoking behind my beautiful car right in front of him. And if anybody pays attention, that says twitch.tv/VolsFan88. Make sure you share that on your, I would say on all your social medias, so you can be up to date with every time that I go live. Promo.
You know, there's nothing better than balls. VOLS. Tennessee, that is.
That's right. Worm, I actually have a Tennessee Volunteer fan up here with me, and no, it's not Byron, it's Woody, a huge Tennessee fan. He's also from Tennessee, and I didn't know this until last week, Byron, but he actually wrestled.
Yep, professional wrestler since 1978 to 1983, I think, and got to work with quite a few of the big stars back in the day. Randy the Macho Man Savage, Andre the Giant, Coco Beware, Hillbilly Jim. Worked with a lot of those big boys back in the day.
Man, that is awesome to hear. I've grown up enjoying wrestling. That must be a cool experience then, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, most definitely experience when you pick up Andre the Giant with your wife in a Ford F-150 pickup truck driving from Nashville, Tennessee to Bowling Green, Kentucky. That was an experience that me and my wife will never forget.
You know, and to shout something out, and I just looked at the sticker when I mentioned wrestling. I don't normally get to give him a shout out, but great timing on it. Go check out Dirty Bird 33 TV here on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Dirty Bird with 2 I's 33 TV. He does a wrestling podcast at least once a week. He does a 20-minute with somebody, and I think this week he has a special guest as well. But I might have to link you two up and just talk wrestling, because all of us collectively as a group, we love wrestling, as we are going green again, and these guys are wrestling the track and wrestling tempers there, Woody.
Oh, yeah, body slams, knockout, dragouts, RKOs. Hey, you name it, it's going to happen.
As we see here, the 10 and the 28 have linked up together. 51's going to try to pull himself into third. The 03, here he comes. He's diving down in front of the 22. These guys are almost, I would almost guess that I have seen every single truck in a caution tonight. Don't have the normal SDK up where I can see who caused the wreck or who was in the accident. But most of these guys are out of fast repairs, Byron. This race could change drastically. 33 to go. The aggression has to stop.
Yeah, you got to know when to draw a line at a certain point. And, you know, actually, Woody, with you being here, what would be your choice at this point? Would you want to hang out in the back as you see one of the cars already getting into the wall Looks like it might be the 88 or the 8 of Mike. That's unfortunate, but Woody, at this point, would you want to hang out in the back, or you want to be one of those guys that's up in the lead?
Well, if I was going to be anywhere, it'd be there either the first top 5 or the last bottom 5. Not in the middle, because that's where all the danger is right now.
Yeah, as we pay attention to the battle for the lead, the 10 has got to the back bumper of the 28. 51's consistently staying there in third, trying to get a run with the 03. We saw teammates collide, Woody. We saw that the 10 and the 03 both made contact with one another as they were pushing in the corner. Your teammate's your best friend at the end of the race. Do you want to make your teammate mad? Was you were in the chat with them when that happened? Was it just a oops, my bad racing deal? Or did the 03 take it different?
It was oops. Definitely an oops. Hey, they may scream and shout at each other, but they'll say, hey, what'd you do that for? Or something like that, you know. Then the explanation will come that something happened. So, hey, they'll be all right. Them two right there, they hook up together. Hey, I'm telling you, Brad and James, I watched them in the practices. They outrun everybody. If they get hooked up, look out, because those boys can push and draft. So look out if they get hooked up.
And Byron, we're seeing that they are calming down. We see there's only 12 cars on the lead lap as it looks on this timer. The aggression has calmed. 31 to go. When do you make the move to want to take the lead? Do you see them potentially going to the wall and just running the outside just to keep the momentum going?
I mean, at this point, they're already filed up. I would just keep rolling around the track. Just click off laps as much as you can. Bring it about maybe 5 to go. Bring it there, maybe 10. I wouldn't wait, 5 laps, then start pushing each other. These guys got to click off laps. They're doing exactly what they need to. 5 and 24, though, now searching around the track. But most definitely, I'd hang out towards the end. Then I would start fighting. But you also have guys like the 24, 5, and 9 that want to push their lead as fast as possible. My opinion, stay back. You, as behind the leader, have the best shot at trying to overtake him versus being the leader when it matters.
Yeah, and we see that the 3 cars up on the high side have taken the lead. The 24 jumps into the lead right there as they cross the start-finish line, and my timing and scoring just came up to date. Now the 24 is going to ditch the 5. 5 has nothing there. The 28's going to get a run there. 24 back to the lead. 28 to second. 10's going to move into P number 3 with a challenge from the 5 and the 9 on the outside. We haven't seen much side drafting tonight so far. And I say so far because do you think the side drafting, Woody, is going to increase and intensify as we get down to the closing laps of this race?
I think it's going to cause a wreck. Is what I'm thinking it's going to be, because they're going to try to get a little too close to like 10 and 5 almost did just then. So, it's definitely stay away from the side draft if you can. Now, the best side draft I found is the wall. You can get out there to that outside wall a little bit and let that wind hit off the trucks, and it'll push you from the rear end. So playing the outside wall coming down the straightaway is pretty cool.
And we're seeing here, these guys have taken it single file. We haven't seen anybody make a bold move out here as the 5 tries to get in, but he can't. The 5 is boxed. He's where he's at. There is no getting into the bottom as we're looking right now. We'll actually go to the chase camera of him. He's trying to get in. There is no hole opening up. Do you make a hole like you do on the interstate, Byron, or do you just have to sit out there and ride it out and try to side draft as good as possible to keep with the leaders?
That's probably one I'd have to direct to Woody over here. I mean, you never know how much time you got in between those gaps. With it being instant, going 220, 230, it's tough to squeeze your car in there. And, Woody, man, it looked like you had a tough time trying to squeeze the car in there. Is it just not enough time to get in, or is it one of those pieces that you don't want to push it too close?
When they get you kind of lose the air a little bit, and then when they start getting a little side drafting to you, you kind of, to me, it kind of makes your truck a little bit wobbly. And I was backed off many a times, and I, started up in the top 5, top 6 there on a couple of restarts there. But I definitely after that last wreck, I was done. It's just too much, and looks like they're getting strung out in single file there, and kind of holding the pace now.
Yeah, they definitely are. They are staying single file here And as Worm Rider says in the chat, they must be from Carolina. They don't know how to use their blinkers to get in line. I will agree. Just like a Hurricane fan did not know how to use his blinker, Travis.
Well, I heard they was all out of blinker foot, Terry.
Yeah, I think they were as well. They're also out of wins. We tied the series up, but now, they had to go out and beat us last night in overtime. But, Woody, with the number 1 seed, you wouldn't think they'd need overtime all these to beat a team that barely made it in. But the 28 still sitting here. All these guys are single file. You see a separation. There is a huge separation between your top 10 and the rest of the field. These guys have strung it out single file while the guys behind them are racing. There's a lot of people that are a lap down as well. Do the lap down cars factor in? Maybe one of those guys are fast, Byron. Do you think one of them could be pushing somebody to a win?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, especially if they are teammates. You got someone that's a lap down, but you got your teammate up here fighting for the lead. I'm going to push him. I'm not going to care about trying to get back on the lead lap. I'm not worried about anything else except I need my team to finish well. As you see now, it looks like Mike's already starting to go a lap down. So do you see a situation like him? I've noticed Mike and the 24 of Tristan have been all over each other on the bumpers. I think we might see a chance that the 8 of Mike puts his way into the situation, possibly pushing Tristan across the line.
He's very damaged. He's very damaged, as we are. We go back to the leader here. The 24 had the lead, and now he has lost the lead. Slight contact was made between him and the 28 and pushed him up the track, and now he finds himself battling for the 4th place position as the 9 and the 28 hold it, and here comes the 10. Canada's own Brad Kirby out to the outside. This is going to be a huge shakeup to now you see the 03 and the 39 both getting to his bumper, side drafting between the 9 and the 10. But thank you to the loyal 28 viewers who have stayed consistently through this entire broadcast so far. You guys are the best, the absolute best.
Terry, if you'll watch Dominic there, number 39, he's one of the admins too, and he's pushing Brad there, so you better look out. He will push Brad to the win there for sure, out to the lead at least.
Yeah, we're on here with the 39 and that beautiful Pepsi scheme. The pushing is starting to ramp up. We're getting to that time of 20 to go, and now the 39 is going to jump to the outside of the 10. I don't know if they predicted that one is faster than the other. It looks like the 10 is going to jump back down. That was a smart move. They left the 39 out to dry, and now the 10 and the 03 are together. Like you said, Woody, Byron, I go back to it. How big is a teammate with 23 laps to go? They're coming to 22 right now. 20 to go. Is the belts tightening?
Oh, yeah. Some of these guys are already thinking it's crunch time. They're ready to push themselves to the lead. Teammates are huge at the end. You got to have those guys that are willing to push you across the line and not fight. So if you have like the 9 and 5, those two, they could be teammates pushing each other across the line. Well, if the 28 doesn't have a teammate near him, of course the 9 and 5 are always going to win because the guys behind him are just going to leave them out to dry to fight them. Teammates are huge here. But you want to know something else funny? Look at this. We went from maybe a 10-car pack to a 15-car pack just because that's how much speed you can get off this track. Allowing yourself to pull yourself back in this, I mean, it's definitely, when it's all said and done, teammates are going to be a huge factor in how the end of this race is going to play out.
And look who has gotten back to the P2 position. The 24 of Tristan Bailey has gotten his way up there just by using a little bit of show of force. He hasn't had to move them out of the way. The sun's starting to set. The track's starting to cool down. The slipping and sliding ends. This is when you start getting those runs where the tires feel like you are perfect. Do we see anybody pulling out of line? We've seen a couple move to the high side, but we haven't seen a pack more than 2. When do you make the move, Woody? And how soon do you try to clear down, and do you care about the guys pushing you?
Right now, you just want to keep it straight and keep it steady because they all going to have to pit here very soon. They are about to run out of fuel. They only had like a 70% fuel window, so it won't be long. You'll be seeing green flag pit stop. Well, we got a caution out.
We do. I need to find who that was. It was the 36. The 36 went hard into the wall. let's actually back this up and do this way. And I went a lot further than I thought, but we'll watch it from his board. We'll actually go in the cockpit view of him and see what kind of happened here. Actually, we'll go chase. We'll see what happened. He got a run, and next thing you know, we see Jinx going sideways. He went into the pit road wall. 23 gets in the wall and comes down and collects him as he's running the TJ's team Chevrolet here tonight. He's one of the guys who are racing for a top 5 or a top 10 to potentially give money to the foundation tonight. So heartbreaker for him, as it looks as if his race is virtually over.
So you want to know the unfortunates of iRacing? Brandon just said his frames dropped. You know, that's unfortunate. Your frames drop, you slam the wall. Next thing you know, you're collecting another guy. Unfortunately, well, fortunate for him, he was only collecting one. But, man, his night's probably over with. He probably used the rest of his fast repairs, put him down, as he's now sitting down pit road with probably all his hopes and dreams of finishing within the top 5 is gone.
Thank you, honey. That was a nice playback. That was Sim Racing Apps, not SDK. I don't have the luxury tonight of just double tapping a button, which is normally how I get to do this, and it takes me right to it. But we'll figure it out of why it's not letting the guy who bought the software to use the software tonight. But the 28 still has this lead. We're going to be coming to 17 to go when they cross the line to take the green flag here. Everybody has to pit once. This is the money stop. I would imagine somebody's going to have to take no tires.
I believe it's time for all 4 tires and fuel tank. A full tank, I mean.
Do you think anybody has the 4 tires left?
Yes, there's probably the top 10. I know, pretty sure James does, because I think him and Brad both was only taking fuel only on their stops and maybe right side, so they might have one set of rights left.
So, Woody, I got a question for you then. If you have no tires, what's your plan of attack? Do you come down for the fuel and try to push yourself to the lead? Or do you come down for the fuel, hang out, and then hope that you're not within the top 5?
You're going to have to get fuel. You got to have fuel. You won't finish the race. So I definitely come down and get fuel. It looks like James is taking right side tires. The 03 car. 24 looked like he took gas and go. James taking all 4. There.
Yeah, we'll go back to the question I asked previous. Do tires matter here? Is tires something that you necessarily have to have? Or is it something that's optional? We've seen a lot of these racetracks be very gritty. This obviously is not a real racetrack. This is a fictitious track that iRacing put together and wanted to go superistic speeds in stock cars. Does this track wear your tires, or are we going to see?
It wears the right side out pretty good, but left side's not as bad. That's why you've seen some of the drivers just take right side only.
That is an awesome thing that we can do here. We could never do that in the NASCAR heat world, where we could actually only take rights and lefts if we wanted. Because, like you said, some tracks wear the lefts and some tracks wear the rights. And if just taking those 2 tires might make you feel a little bit better. But Byron, like I said, 17 laps to go when we take the green flag. The racing is obviously going to get ramped up. Do you predict another big one 3.0 this time?
Yeah, I think one more is going to happen for sure. The question is it going to be across the line? Or is it going to be, with 10-5 to go? That's the big hitting question. Obviously, I think it's going to happen once again because guys are going to get impatient now knowing, hey, man, there's only 17 left. I'm going to push myself to the front. If I can, I'm going to stick it there. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen. I would not be surprised if we see one more.
And I actually misspoke. It will be 16 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line to take the green for what we hope is the final restart of this race. While we're under this, we have 3 miles to cover. go check out repsports.com. Use promo code VolsFan88 and get what old Byron and me were talking about. Get yourself some packets. Get the cans. And just enjoy a healthy energy drink that gives you no sugar, no crash, and it makes you feel amazing for the rest of the day. And it also hydrates you with the salts that are in it. I'm personally a big fan of the Galaxy Burst and the Baja Lime. I know a lot of other people who like many different things. I got my FedEx co-workers hooked on Raise Energy, and they have now went out and bought some. So if they can do it for their entire day, you guys can do it as well. Help support every piece of thing that you buy goes for cancer.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm waiting on my free samples there too, Terry.
As soon as I get some, and I get my next ambassadors pack, I will make sure I ship you some up. Or I'll just bring some with me when I come to Tennessee. But Wormrider said the Raised Sour Apple mixes good with Fireball. So for all of my alcoholics out there, Fireball in there as the green flag is coming back out. They're coming to the restart zone, Yotes.
Green flag.
And here we go. 24 got an amazing jump. 9 now all over him. You can see this 24 now has a chance. Do you want to take the high lane? Do you want to take the low lane? That's what we'll have to see. But the question is, will they line up and tick some laps off, or are they going to turn around and just straight up fight each other? What's your opinion? What would you do in this situation?
Right now, I'd be that number 3 truck. That's the one I want to be right there, number 3. And him and 10 gets hooked up. Number 3's in 3 position now, and now he's dropping down behind 24 because they are running tight together. So look out for them two right there to go to the front. Oh, we got them 3 stacked now, 24, 3, and 10. Oh, Lordy, they're on the low side too, so they're going to run up and lead the high side.
Yeah, we're looking at it from the blimp cam. It's going to be hard as they come down the front stretch. We're going to have to change the cameras because we're going to lose them. We're going to lose them there as the 24 and the 03 and the 10 have linked up there. We're 3 wide going for third on back. These guys are throwing it all out there. It feels like we're at Vegas right now. Everybody wants to be right in a better position, and at all costs, they want to get there. The timer's not an issue. We're not having to worry about that. As now we see the 24, and I believe that's the 28, is out there on the outside. They're hanging strong. The outside has hung strong here, Byron.
Yeah, you could be just about anywhere and be able to keep up. Excellent job by the outside lane. You see that 51's all over that 28, trying to push everything he's got. They may not have as great a speed in the cornerings, but watch this 28. Just flies himself up to the front. Now he's side by side with second place. The question is, how many guys are going to be at the top lane at the end? How many guys are going to be at the bottom lane at the end? And if so, who's going to have the most momentum coming out of that last corner?
Would you wreck somebody for a win here, Woody? If you're sitting in P number 2, like James is, do you turn the 24 around on the exit of 4? Because I know the straightaways are very long here. It's kind of like Dega. You have a long way to go. Once you exit that corner, payback could be the inevitable.
No, he won't turn the 24. That's not him. He won't do it. He's going to be clean and green. That's the name of the game.
Well, we see now the 51 is pushing the 28 to the lead. He is going to lead this lap. Fit 28 is the new leader so far, and now it puts Levi in second. These guys are pushing with all that they got. You have 5 cars compared to 3, locking bumpers up on the high side as the 5 jumps out, loses all momentum for the outside lane. I hope this place has lights because it is getting dark very fast.
I was about to say, Vols, from one famous race car driver, Lightning McQueen, he says race cars don't need headlights because the track is always lit. It's not right now. What do you do in this situation, Vols? Are you just hoping that the guy in front of you won't spin? We won't have a COTA incident where guys are ramming other people in the rear end because they can't see? Or what's your plan of attack now that this track is completely dark?
Man, I was blind last night at Auto Club with the sun in my face, but this right here it reminds me of the 2017 Talladega race, the finale, when David Reagan was able to get the win there. Or not David Reagan, whoever it was that won, and he won based off of the fact that It was David Reagan, where they couldn't see, and he beat them to the line. And we don't have our camera views are different than what the drivers are seeing. It might be a little lit there, but the 24 is still hanging on. These guys have not wrecked. It might be dark there, but yeah, they better drive fast, as my wife just said, because it is getting dark quick.
So there you go. What do you, if you're in this situation, now you got another question. Are you still wanting to be up in the front with it being this dark, hoping that you won't get turned, or do you want to be one of those guys hanging out in the back, hoping that if people do turn, you'll be there for the win?
Well, with the white flag fixing to come out, I want to be right where James is, and Brad, and 24 Tristan is. So that's where I'd want to be right now, even though it is getting dark.
Yeah, I apologize to all the fans who are watching. I can barely see the trucks either. I know that the 24 still has the lead. Jordan is on the outside in the 5. Now they're going to make it 3 wide here. I'm not seeing any lights at all. And there's a big wreck. Here goes the 5 and the 10. They're all around. Big wreck in the back.
We still got 10 minutes to go, Bulls. We still got 10 minutes with maybe 10-5 laps. Guys are already complaining about how they can't see anything.
People can't see anything. And like Worm just said, damn, 3 wide in the dark, and it did not work. I can't see. The viewers definitely cannot see. They see the ticker and hear my voice. Tristan, there we go. We're lighting him up with the pace car's headlights. So there is your leader, all lit up in the front of the pack by the headlights. He is going to show his beautiful 24 off. And if you've ever seen super speedway racing in the dark, welcome to the iRacing Super Speedway. For the people who just tuned in, I'm Terry, joined alongside of Byron and Woody, who pulled out. And yes, Tristan, I am going to pull you in. I want to hear what the leader has to say here. How dark is this place? Let's get Tristan in.
And I can't even see his sponsor.
Tristan, how dark is it on this racetrack, and what did you do to avoid the carnage?
I can barely see the truck with the pace truck's headlights on the track right now, so it's pretty freaking dark.
Let's pull one of the admins in. Let's see what the admins have to say. What are we gonna do here as this goes? Let's go find James. James, it's Terry, Woody, and Byron in the booth. What is the plan? It is darker than crap out here. What's going on?
We should have been done with this race by now. There shouldn't have been this many cautions in a super speedway, to be honest with you. So probably going to have to caution it out, man, to be honest with you. We'll just see.
I can hardly see anything.
So moving on to my next one. Yeah, man, we can't see squat. I can see Tristan's sponsor. I can see nothing. Somebody forgot to pay the light bill.
Yeah, I race in super speedway for most of it, but yeah, I mean, we had it, 75 laps, so we should have been done, maybe about 10 minutes ago, but the caution at the beginning before we even started, and quite a few going 4 wide, a little bit too sketchy. Just makes it a long race, man. We shouldn't have. We're going to have to go ahead and finish it.
Are we going to? Are we going to race this to the end, or are we going to call it now? Because I mean, I can see a little, but then again, I have no idea who is doing what.
No, we're probably going to call it, man. We're going to go ahead and caution it out just to be safe.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and start our post race. Tristan, congratulations on. No, I'm going to just do the leader. The winner of the race. It's almost 10, and I have to be back up. Congratulations on your win, back to back. You did it on a short track at Bristol. Yeah. You're going to do this here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Was this the most bizarre race you've ever ran?
Probably so. It was a lot of having to be patient with pushes and take runs when you take them. Thankfully, old James here was pushing me. I don't know what happened, the wreck there, but thankfully he's pushing me, got me out front, and then the wreck happened right behind me. I was glad I was in front of it.
Well.
Yep, I pushed him to the lead all day, man. It was good driving.
Yeah, it looks like 5 came down and tapped you there in the rear and got loose and took James out. What happened?
Yeah, he's been aggressive this time. He's running us 3 or 4 wide, pushing us down really tight. When we did what we could, man. Hey, good race, Tristan.
This
Thank
has
you, James. Thanks for pushing me again.
this has probably
No
been one of
problem.
the most bizarre races I have ever called.
Is somebody behind me?
I don't know. I could
We
not
don't
tell
know.
you.
We can't see him.
I
can't
can't
see either.
to quote one of my favorite movies, Django. I can't see fucking shit out of these things.
Yeah, Joe is
Hold your
behind you.
mask off.
Number 48 is behind you there, Tristan.
The PG-13 has just went out the window as we are going to take a scenic route. Some things are lighting up around this track, ladies and gentlemen, but the cars are not one of them. This is
The
not
pace car is
IMSA.
about it. That's
The
about
pace
it.
car
He's
is
the only
lit
one with
up.
headlights.
And we can still barely see, but there is your winner. Please don't get a black flag for passing
No.
the pace car.
Here, let's get him in the lights so everybody can see him.
Everybody can see the winner. Joe
Get up there,
Tardif.
Tristan.
Well, I'll
Come
wait
on,
till
come
the.
on, Tristan.
Oh, who's about to hit me?
Joe
I will in a
Tardif.
second.
No.
Joe
It's gonna
Tardif
give
is
me a
going to
black
finish
flag if I go-
P2 tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna give me a black flag if I don't.
It
wait.
looks like P number 3 is going to end up being, as soon as it comes back around, it's going to be Kyle.
Plumstead.
Kyle Plumstead's going to get the P number 3. Yes, he is proverbially stealing the spotlight, but we're going to call this out. We still have 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this race. We have nothing but dead airspace here, Byron. For your first time calling a race with me, are you coming back?
You know what? I would love to come back after this little experience. This was something new. I've never seen this before. Absolutely crazy. But checking in with Tristan, man. You got your win last night and turned down. You grabbed the win tonight. You gonna keep the momentum going?
Yeah. Trying to. Hope
There
for the
you
best,
go,
man.
But Terry,
Hey,
if you need to
listen.
kill a little time, bring Bob up in here and talk to him for his birthday.
shout.
We did that already. We talked
All right,
to
cool,
we talked
cool.
to the young man, and a lot of people out in the chat said happy birthday as well.
This is crazy.
I'm-
This is crazy.
I'm beyond speechless.
Get
This
the lights turned on so I can do some burnouts after.
Can we get the pace car to park at the start finish just to see Tristan's burnout?
there's 25 loyal people out there that are laughing. I'm getting text and messages all like crazy going, how in the hell did the lights go out? And I hope our sponsor wasn't watching. I used a lot of expletives tonight.
Oh yeah, they're watching. They're
well,
always watching.
Well, I'm sorry to the Wolf Pump guys, but it was a good night for them. This has been some of the craziest racing I have ever seen, and to see it end in the blackout of the season, and I hope we put this on our unofficial results. Is the race was called due to a blackout. Only the pace truck can see what's going on. He's guiding the way here for the final 2 minutes of this race. 24's got the win. Joe Tardif missed the wreck, which good for him. I'm glad he got it there. It's a good run for him tonight. James, you got P number 4. Brad is going to come home 6th.
Not going
Woody, you finished 17th. Not too bad for a broadcaster.
No, not too bad. Just got tired of blowing up and using all my fast repairs, and I couldn't get back out there. So, with a 4-minute tow, I thought it was over with.
Yeah, the time, as they comment in the chat, the time accelerator was a little too high tonight, and we excelled past the bedtime hour.
We hit the time limit. We shouldn't have raced this long. It should have been 75 minutes, 80 minutes at the most.
As the power goes out,
Bulls, rethinking this one here. I might have to skip next week. I have been a curse for you. First time your stuff goes out, turn around, next thing you know, lights are going out everywhere.
There's going to be lights next week, I promise.
I wouldn't say you were a curse. I would say more of I was unprepared typically the night before, for the 24 who are still out there viewing, typically the night before I come in here, I sit down and I open my SDK. I load everything up. I make sure that it's working. Well, starting my new job, I don't get that luxury anymore. I came home last night for the turn down for what race, and I ate dinner, took a quick shower, and I missed 5 minutes of practice. That's all I got. And then I ended up, not getting to do what I wanted to do. And I didn't even get on the computer until it was past time to start the stream. So I wouldn't say you were necessarily a bad luck charm. Everything just had to happen in one. But we made the sim racing apps work. Everything looked great. I probably am going to have to go bleep a lot of this out because people don't like it when I use expletives. But 35 seconds remaining in this race.
Funny. So.
I wish I could have raced you for it, Tristan, instead of it ending like this, brother.
I mean, I was okay with it either way.
Well, Tristan, you're on one heck of a roll. Like he said, you won Bristol last week. You come in to turn down for what? You win Auto Club. Then you come back over here and you back it up with the iRacing Super Speedway win. You're 10 seconds away from your second win of the season, and I would almost bet that you're challenging for a points lead.
Yep.
I had no clue who the points leader was.
The white flag looks like it is going to get displayed. I don't think Earnhardt ever won a race like this, or Gordon, for that matter.
No, actually, the leader was Tristan. The points leader coming in this race was Brad. Joe was second, and I think you was right there somewhere in the top 10. So you should have it up there and close to the leaders after this race. Yeah.
James, by the way, how do y'all do the points? Is it going to be like straight up points, or are you going to reset it?
Straight up NASCAR, and then we might do the championship thing at the end, as you know. Whoa,
Okay, I just didn't know how.
Somebody just came down in front of me.
And here we go, Terry. Last lap, pace car in the lead.
Yeah, final lap.
Oh,
Pace car's
God.
got the headlights on. Tristan
Don't wreck
is,
back there. You're going to lose your spots, guys.
Tristan is.
Yeah, somebody's running all into me.
He's
here.
doing
Hey guys,
the best
don't
that he
wreck. Make your
can
your spot. You're going to lose your spot if you don't
to
stay in
get
the same spot.
up to the pace car, as it looks like white flag is coming out here, and this is the most anticlimactic white flag I've ever called. But
One more
let's
lap?
make this
You sure
entertaining.
it's a white flag and not a black flag? I can't see
White
it from here.
flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Raise Energy, and we are going to end this under caution. It seems, as the
Jeff Gordon style.
as it looks like the power company was not happy under the COVID situation. The owners of the iRacing Super Speedway forgot to pay the light bill this month, and they shut it off mid-race. Byron, disappointing way to finish this. I thought we would see more cars wrecked.
Man, I don't know what else you wanted to see. It looked like there was about, half the field. Unfortunate. Some guys getting into it, slamming. Gladly at the end, everyone was able to finish. We weren't going to have a 2-car finish, but definitely we didn't pull a Talladega Nights. But definitely, like you said, an anticlimactic finish.
Well, what did you think? What did you think about me getting take out in front of the field and saving it? Did it look good on the broadcast?
That was the best save I've seen ever. I mean, it looked like you were almost completely sideways. Pulled yourself straight and kept going.
And Tristan, I think Worm's actually calling you out here. He said this is more fixed than the Ravens Super Bowl. You remember when the lights got turned out on the 49ers?
Right.
What's up, Zach Attack? Welcome in. I hope you're streaming. I am going to go over here and try to raid you if you are.
I think Alpha wants you to raid him too.
Alpha can get in line. I promised this young man that I would raid him at the end of one of my streams. If you're streaming...
Hey, start the yellow.
We're not going green. Not going green.
That'd have been cool, wouldn't it, Tristan?
Oh, we're going to let the pace car by. Oh, no.
Oh, y'all just put 4 more laps on it.
Uh-oh.
White flag is out.
They gave me the black flag. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Clear it. Clear it. Clear it. Clear it. Clear it.
Clear the blacks. Clear all the blacks.
So Voles, with you, doing this often, it's just the first time you've had
Clear all the
something like
blacks.
this.
Yes. In my years of broadcasting a race, I have never seen the light shut off. I've seen.
Hey,
I've
Brad,
called.
right up, Brad, now.
I have
Hey,
called.
Terry, go cockpit view with me. See if I can make it around the track.
That's actually a good idea. Let's do that.
Are you gonna be here? Let's go right here by the.
Let's go
Yeah, come
cockpit
on.
view. Let's see what the drivers see. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. For the people who are watching, let's go to the guy. Let's go to one of the guys in the back. Let's look at the 52. This is on board with him. This is
Holy
cockpit
crap!
with
I can't
him.
see nothing.
Kristen, don't miss the turn because I don't know where it's at.
I can't see.
Hell, then you gotta hit the wall.
Cockpit view with the number 5.
The light board.
He is just sitting there.
Oh, okay. I found the turn.
Here we go with the scenic view.
Billboard signs.
The billboard signs are lit up, but the
Okay,
rest
I
of the
can't- oh,
track
shit.
does not exist.
I can't see the rest of the track. All right, I'm stopping
Dude,
during the
Voles,
straightaway.
you
Please don't
think
run
with
back
the
at me.
amount of money these guys have to create a raceway like this, they would add some lights to it, hoping
Where
that
is the
if it does
check?
go into a late race, that it wouldn't be this bad.
I definitely gotta take a picture
I'm
of
surprised
this.
the only thing that's left
Yeah,
is the
get me. I'm
scoreboard
gonna get
on.
up there with you. Screenshot this.
It wouldn't even work.
This has been a bizarre
comes, here
race.
it
Yo,
comes.
Dirty Bird,
Don't wreck
I
me,
gave
don't wreck
you
me,
a
don't wreck me, don't
shout
wreck
out
me.
tonight. I
No,
finally
no,
got
he
to
went off
give
in
you
the
one.
pits.
No, I didn't. I'm up here.
I've got a
There's
guy
no
up here
finish
with
line.
me.
Pace truck went to the pits.
Woody up here with me was a wrestler, and he has a lot of great stories about the old wrestlers that are out there. As we're watching the burnout that is happening, you can see the smoke potentially, but that's all you can see.
Let me go do one down here.
This has
Where's
been
Priest Truck at?
bizarre. But as
Down
we
here.
close the
Yes.
stream out, thank you to everybody who tuned in. All the people that are here, Byron, thanks for coming up. Hopefully you join me next week as the SDK will be working, and I will share that with you so you have live timing and scoring.
Here,
Woody,
Terry, I hope you have. Oh shit.
continuously keep racing and go win. But that's going to do it for us. We are going to go raid Zack Attack as
You don't want to see me do burnouts in front of the base car real quick?
I do not want to watch you do burnouts in front of there. I wanted to see the end of this race. That is not going to happen.
All right, thanks for everything, guys.
As we go raid Zack Attack's channel, you guys have a good one, and Godspeed.
Ka-chow.